Hey everyone, Andrew here from Accelerators, your source for the Daily LDP on LinkedIn, Daily Leadership Development Plan. And so today we're going to talk about mentorship versus manipulation. Get unstuck. The power of a 5-3-1-30. So when we think about leadership, the career progression, the 7 steps, the secret. Your potential is limitless with a 5-3-1-30. We're going to talk about what that is, how to tap into one, how to lean into mentorship, and understand the difference between mentorship and manipulation. So the intent of the chart here is just to show my career progression and growth when I was a solo act, and then when I was able to actually have the courage to tap into mentorship and skyrocket my career. So if you look at the left side of the chart, if you haven't seen this before, at the bottom, 1 through 33, just my tenure in working as an adult and even teenager. And so bottom left, 14 years old is when I started working, individual contributor, worked through my teenage years. At 23, became a supervisor. And then you can see manager at age 33, up to director level in my early 30s. And then at the director level and above, started to really tap into mentorship, understand what it was, what it meant, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then how to take constant action, really learn the fundamentals of mentorship. And when you connect with the right mentors, everything they guide you to do is for you, never to you. And so just a quick chart. If you look at the black bar, just a comparison in compensation, USA compensation, fairly flat the past 30 years, and that's on just about any chart. And then the green bar is just my comp. So nothing intended to brag about, just to show what putting in constant action does, along with mentorship, clear focus, and then what I stumbled upon, which is my recipe for success, the secret, 5-3-1-30. Personal development, action planning, and how you can skyrocket your career path and achieve fulfillment is the key. And so, the truth in money that many people say, and is absolutely true, is money just makes you more of what you already are. And so if you're not focused on fulfillment, developing yourself, rounding your skills, and then in leadership, most importantly, developing others, then you'll make a ton of money and be miserable. I've seen it. I'm sure many of you have seen it. And so that's not the ultimate goal. It does create freedom to do what you want to do to achieve that fulfillment. And so it can aid in helping many other people around you. But that's when you look at the ship, mentorship, that's kind of where my career took off. The solo act, a lot of hard work, a lot of good cycles of learning. But you can see 2 decades of minor progression and just a ton of hard lessons learned that I didn't have to learn alone. And so I think a lot of times ego gets in the way there. When you're a solo act and you think you're self-made, or you can do it your way and get to where you want to be, well, it's possible. That's possible. Is it the most efficient and effective way? I would say 9 times out of 10, it's not. And so mentorship is one of the most important secrets to success. So how do you detect mentorship versus manipulation is key. It's critical, especially nowadays where everyone's a guru. Everyone says they have the secret to freedom or money or success or certain things that could be very enticing to people. How do you tell the difference between people who are truly invested and engaged in mentorship and can provide it versus manipulation, which is basically manipulating others to get what one person wants? Where mentorship is 1 or 2 people or a few people doing what they can to the best of their ability to help hundreds, if not thousands, of others. With the 5-3-1-30, it becomes crystal clear and focused. Mentorship will skyrocket results as long as you put in the actions. With the 5-3-1-30, it is absolutely 100% giving back. And so that's one of the keys here. Mentors give, manipulators take. And you can see that there's a severe imbalance in what mentors give versus manipulators take. I use 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. 80 to 90% of the time, mentors are giving all of the hard works and stumbling blocks, giving that advice, guidance back. And then if mentees take action and follow that guidance, you'll achieve success. You'll get 1% better every day, over 100% better every year. If you take action is the key. That's the big if. And then manipulators, 8 to 9 times out of 10, they may have good guidance. They may have similar guidance. But the end result is more take than giving. And so it tends to be the blind. It leads you into the blind with an assumption that at some point in time, you're going to have an aha moment. That's not what mentors do. Mentors give you quick wins and teach you that adversity is showing up every single day. They don't lie. They don't tell you this is going to be easy. They tell you adversity is the only promise to leaders on a given day. Every single day, adversity is showing up. You need to be better prepared is how you level up and achieve success and fulfillment. Manipulators tell you one day everything's going to be easy. Just keep doing what I say. It's going to be easy. Just keep helping me and I'll help you. One day, the gold is going to be at the end of the rainbow. Everything's going to be easy. You can live and work from an island from your laptop. Well, I don't know. Maybe some people achieve that. A very small percentage do. But they're often not fulfilled either. The other golden nugget behind the 5-3-1-30 method is the green index card. All you need is 52 green index cards. That's it. That's the only tool you need, along with some guidance. But hey, I think a box of 52 index cards is a couple of bucks. It's got to be less than $5 on Amazon. I don't have any affiliate links or things of that nature. That's just something I stumbled on. I stumbled on in a very large organization in some tactical leadership that then has transformed into the secret, is what I call it. The secret to mentorship, helping others reach their highest potential every day. 52 index cards. That's what we'll talk about. So in the 5-3-1-30 methodology to reach your highest potential, how does it work? How do the 52 index cards work? Well, we'll go through a few of the key components. If you, not the mentor, if you clearly define what matters most, with some help from the mentor, but you have to clearly define what matters most. In life, in business, you have to be honest with yourself. Clearly, be crystal clear with what matters the most. The next 5 years, so big picture, think big. The next 3 years, so what do you need to do in 3 years to get to that 5? 1 year out, and then every 30 days, what are the cycles of learning that the mentor can help you with so that you grow? Every 30 days, you're growing into what you need to become 1 year from now, that then catapults you where you need to be year 3 to get to where you need to be 5 years from now. So if you clearly define what matters most, then commit with action, unwavering commitment to action and guidance from a trustworthy mentor to becoming the best version of yourself. It's going to be hard. It's not easy. Nothing's easy that's worthwhile. And so it never gets easier. You just get better. Your skills tighten up. Your understanding of how and when to collaborate, your insatiable desire to learn, and then how to capitalize on that learning in your 30-day cycles becomes tremendous momentum. Why? Because clarity, commitment, and collaboration beat motivation every day of the week. Motivation is a secondary emotion. It's not a primary. So clarity, commitment, and collaboration beat motivation, beat hope, for sure, beat fear over time as you get better, and beat adversity more times than not. Yeah, you're not going to beat adversity every day, in every occasion, in every event, but you will more times than not over time. And then how? 52 cards. So there's 52 weeks in a year. I like to keep it simple. 52 weeks in a year, 52 cards to reach your highest potential. Get 1% better every day is what you'll learn through this process with absolute clarity. So the noise stays noisy to some people. and doesn't even become a distraction to you because you are so focused on your pillars within your 5-3-1-30, which are not just tied into business. They need to be tied into life. What kind of life do you want to live? How do you reach your highest potential and fulfillment in relationships? It could be sports. It could be money. It could be certain goals that you want to achieve. It could be somewhere you want to live. It could be your first house. It could be a car. It's different things to different people. And so you have to clearly define what matters most. Worst case, if you go through this process, if you learn this process, if you go through the daily repetitions, after 90 days of this, it's enlightening, it's powerful. If you go through this for 90 days, the worst case scenario, if you're putting in the reps and the action and the daily cycles, could be 15, 30-minute discussions with a mentor. Worst case, after 90 days, your 5-3-1-30 changes to something that your eyes have been open to that's most likely better or more fulfilling, to explain it in a better light. That's the worst case scenario if you're putting in the action. And so this is for people that want longevity in life, want to be fulfilled constantly, day after day, year after year, to live your best life, reach your highest potential. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme or a method to automatically become an entrepreneur in 6 months if you take a couple of classes. That's not what it is. All right, what's the process? What's the standard work? What do we do with these 52 cards for 52 weeks? Super simple. There's a front and a back to these cards. And so the test, the challenge is on the front. You want to clearly define 5 years out. And so here's an example of one of my latest and greatest. And so these have evolved over time. As you looked at when I started mentorship about almost 10 years ago now, and I've redone my 5-3-1-30 at least 2 or 3 times, because new learning, my cycles of learning have transformed my view and vantage point to new heights is what they do. Oftentimes people achieve their 1 year or 3 year ahead of schedule is what happens when you have supreme focus and mentorship, collaboration and guidance that changes. And so you achieve it sooner, or your vision changes, which is fine. It's okay. It's okay to change and adapt. And so at age 50, I want to be in the best shape of my life, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. To me, that's not ambiguous. Some people it may be. Earlier in my career, I did have financial goals were the key targets. They were personal financial goals. And then once I achieved those, I didn't quite understand balance, and wasn't fully investing in mentorship. And so, I got to those milestones sooner than expected, didn't quite have balance and fulfillment in those areas. And so that is super important to me now. At age 48, successfully leading a $100 million company, a robust company, a company that employs hundreds, potentially thousands of people, depending on what the business is, to create opportunities for others is the key. And so a very strong foundation in a company that employs people, gives people opportunities to grow and expand. We can't always use the word economy proof. I can tell you businesses that I've led with very competent and strong leaders lasted through a lot of extreme challenges in the economy, all the way dating back to 2008. So I've seen it happen. I know what good looks like. And that's a significant aim for me. At 46, building a powerhouse leadership team built to last 100 years is one of the keys, the core. Not 5 years, not 10, built to last 100 years for generations to come. In the next 30 days, cycles of learning, daily LDP. So I'm committing to small drips every single day. Sometimes it's a video, sometimes it's a post, sometimes I'm sharing something that a mentor that I follow, or it could be a peer in industry that I'm leaning on for mentorship, and they may not even know it. I could just be tapping into their content and sharing it. And then weekly one-on-ones are very important. Weekly one-on-one coaching and guidance when it comes to these 5-3-1-30s, and then others where people are trying to fast track a career move or change or promotion, things of that nature, or just trying to level up as a leader. And so those are really 30-day cycles of learning for me. And then on the back of the card, so the front are your goals, and you write these at least once a week. Sometimes every day you rewrite them. It's up to you. But you need to review them. And if you keep them in your back pocket, keep them in your back pocket every single day, and then keep your notes on the back. It's just a daily note. 1% better. You're just marking down. In my next 30 days, these are the things that I want to achieve. And then on the back, what did I do? What did I do? Or what am I going to do to achieve this? And so you're just capitalizing and focusing on one win a day, getting 1% better every single day. Yeah, it's definitely important if you're in a company, in a business, and almost all of us are in some type of company or business, even nonprofits, to make sure you're tracking KPIs, key process indicators, to know if you're winning or losing in a business. But this is more personal development. This is, are you growing as a leader? How are you reinvesting in yourself? How are you making sure that you're not leaning on momentum? You're not leaning on motivation. You're not leading on mood. You're not leading on emotions to get better. You are focused on your 5-3-1-30, leaning on mentorship and clear focus with action to get better every single day. And so 52 cards, maybe more. I don't know, double down. Sometimes you'll go through the backside of the card. Sometimes you'll have more than one thing a day. That's awesome. Fill it up. Write out 2 or 3 cards every day. Rewrite a card every single day. At bare minimum, you want 52. And it's okay if you lose one. Like, this is not a task in memorization. It's not what it is. It's not a task in perfection. It's a pursuit of excellence. How to reach your highest potential every day with an index card that costs pennies. Mentorship that's absurdly affordable when you think about what you gain over the course of a lifetime with a mentor. Not a manipulator is the key, because sometimes it's hard to detect which are which. And so that's extremely important. Make sure it's someone who's aimed at mentoring, aiming to give more than they take is the easiest way to detect. There's a lot of other ways, but that's one of the most simplest ways. Is this person aiming to give more than they take? Okay, who benefits the most from a 5-3-1-30, the 52 index cards? Everyone. Students, interns, advocates in a business. You may not have a formal leadership title, but you're an advocate. You're all in for the mission. You love the products. You love the business. You love what you're doing. You want to grow and learn. It's okay. You don't have to be in a leadership role. I wasn't always in a leadership role. Could be frontline leads, supervisors, managers, directors, VPs, even the C-suite can benefit from 5-3-1-30s. And so I boiled this down to usually at the front end of your career, like the biggest gain you can get. When I think back to what would a 5-3-1-30 combined with mentorship, what would that have done for me earlier in my career rather than later, and arrive at longevity a heck of a lot sooner if I had it at the front end. Student, intern, advocates, leads, those levels, arrive at longevity. I bounced around outside of Textron, so I spent almost 10 years at a big OEM. We built business jets and then moved on to smaller companies to get cycles of learning and do operational turnarounds, which was extremely exciting. A lot of moving for the family, which was tough. And so I would have arrived at longevity a heck of a lot sooner if I would have understood these principles earlier in my life and career. And so then when you get to leadership roles, you're starting to get your hooks in and get some good reps in leadership and hopefully be surrounded in meritocracy in the business, companies that reward for performance, and then also have leadership development plans. If not, that's okay. You can supplement it. Come to LinkedIn every single day. Go to ACCELERATORS.VIP, www.acceleratorsvip.com to get some reps in. You can accelerate promotions, career growth, fulfillment. And then as you get to the pinnacle. And so higher levels in leadership, fulfillment is the gap that I experience. And so that's something that you can absolutely gain over time as you reach those higher levels, achieving fulfillment while executing, reaching your highest potential in business, making sure there's a solid balance there. And so that's where you can gain benefit really at each level in your career path. All right. Thanks again for hanging out with me to talk through 53130, the difference between mentorship and manipulation, how to use 52 index cards to reach your highest potential every year, how to get 1% better, how to get unstuck in your career path in life. Visit me, Daily LDP on LinkedIn, small drips of leadership, talking about the 7 steps in career progression. And if you're interested in mentorship, go check out www.ACCELERATORS.VIP. On the homepage, there's some opportunities there to use the contact form, reach out to me if you're interested in understanding how to join the 53130 Daily LDP, daily Q&A, daily walkthrough mentorship, and also networking is the other advantage of being in that group is networking. You'll be networking with leaders at all levels. And so it gives you an opportunity to get perspective, scope, and potentially lessons learned or connecting with somebody at a higher level that could help you get to that level, could be your next boss, could be your next mentor. And so a ton of advantages there. Look out, find the right mentors for you and your niche. And as always, reach out to me, stay connected. Would love to see everybody who's aiming to reach their highest potential get there and be fulfilled. Thanks. Have a great day.